Hey, fifth graders. This is Vocab Unit 6 for the Orange Vocabulary Book. I'm going to read the story at the beginning of the unit, and then I will go over the vocab words, numbers 1 through 12, including their definitions and sentences. The story is a Greek myth called Persephone, goddess of springtime. Long ago, there was a beautiful goddess of springtime named Persephone. She was the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of Earth's harvest. One day in early spring, Persephone was walking along a stream when she spotted a bunch of beautiful white blossoms. The sight of so many flowers distracted her, and she did not notice a huge black chariot approaching. Inside the chariot was Hades, the ruler of the underworld. Hades was struck by Persephone's beauty and knew he would never be content until she was his wife. Before Persephone could react, Hades had swept her up in his arms and put her inside the chariot. Zeus, who was Persephone's father and also the most powerful of all the gods, saw what had happened. He raced toward Hades in his own chariot, hoping that he and Hades would collide so he could save his daughter. Before that could happen, however, the ground opened up and Hades' chariot disappeared deep inside the earth. Persephone felt very afraid in the dark and damp palace where Hades lived. Her body quivered and she began to cry. Hades was distressed to see Persephone cry, so he began to calm her. He reminded her that he was an important god and assured her that he would be an honorable and noble husband. In the meantime, Demeter became terribly upset when she found her daughter missing. She began searching everywhere for her dear Persephone. As she did, she forgot to take care of the earth and all the plants and crops that grew upon it. She forgot to let it rain, and a great drought came over the land. Tidy, well-kept gardens and huge fields of grain were destroyed. As a result, people and animals went hungry. When the goddess did remember to let it rain, the rivers flooded and water covered the land. The foul odor of rotting plants and crops filled the air. Zeus saw the horrible things that were happening on earth and took action. He went to visit Hades. Zeus said, "It is my policy to right a wrong. People everywhere are suffering because you have taken Persephone away." Zeus gave Hades a pomegranate. He said, "If you can get my daughter to eat this fruit, then you may keep her as your wife and your constant companion. If not, she returns from the underworld to her mother." Hades did not want to upset mighty Zeus, but he did want to keep Persephone by his side. That evening, he gave the pomegranate to her. Persephone had not eaten since she had left Earth, and her slight body was becoming quite thin. Hades cracked open the pomegranate. The seeds were juicy and ripe. Without thinking, she took 6 pomegranate seeds and ate them. At that moment, Zeus reappeared to announce his judgment. He said, "Because Persephone has eaten 6 seeds, she must remain in the underworld for 6 months each year. The other 6 months, she can return to the world above." When Demeter heard this, she felt both joy and sorrow. From then on, whenever her daughter was with her for 6 months, the earth was alive with plants and blossoms. Whenever Persephone was with Hades in the fall, the plants died and waited for the return of spring. Okay, let's now review the definitions for this week's words. Number 1, blossom. Blossom is a noun that means a flower or group of flowers. It can also mean the state or time of flowering. Roses in blossom sweeten the air. Blossom can also be a verb, to have or produce flowers, to develop, open up, or appear. Parents can help a child's talent blossom. So as you can see, blossom doesn't always have to do with flowers. Number 2, collide. It's a verb that means to strike against each other with force, to clash. Small meteors sometimes collide with the moon. Number 3 is constant. It's an adjective that means never stopping, or recurring, or staying the same. It can also mean loyal and steady. City dwellers get used to the constant hum of traffic. Constant can also be a noun meaning something that does not change or vary. The need for food is a constant for all living things. Number 4, content. Content is an adjective meaning pleased with or accepting of, not wanting anything else. Our neighbors are content with their new home. The word can also be pronounced content if it's a noun. That means an amount that is held or contained, the meaning or subject of. The content of that book is too technical for me. Number 5, distract. To draw attention to something else, to cause to turn aside, to disturb. The verb distract is used in this sentence. Try not to let the noise distract you. Number 6 is drought. It's a noun that means a long time without rain or a prolonged shortage. Farmers lost their entire crops because of the drought. You can also have a drought of something else. It's derived from the word that originally meant a lack of water. But, for example, if a baseball player hasn't had a hit in several games, you might say that he is in a drought. Number 7 is foul. It can be an adjective, noun, and a verb. For the adjective form, it means unpleasant to the senses, dirty or polluted, dishonorable, against the rules of a sport or game, or stormy or rainy. For example, the criminal was responsible for many foul deeds. As a noun, it means a violation of the rules, or a ball that goes outside boundary lines, specifically in baseball. The umpire ruled that the ball was a foul. And as a verb, it means to pollute or make filthy, to break the rules of a game, or to hit a foul. Leaky oil tanks can foul water and soil. Number 8 is noble. As an adjective, it means of high birth or rank, outstanding, or of good moral character. The hero of the play is a noble lord. As a noun, it means someone of high rank or birth. A commoner may gain a title by marrying a noble. Number 9 is policy. It is a noun that means a plan, set of rules, or way to act. It can also mean a written insurance contract. The store changed its refund policy. Number 10 is quiver. As a noun, it is a case used to hold arrows or a trembling motion. One arrow was left in the archer's quiver. As a verb, it means to shake or tremble. When I am nervous, my hands quiver. Number 11 is slight. It also can be an adjective, verb, or noun. As an adjective, it means small in size or degree, not much, not important. There may be slight delays in the train service. As a verb, it means to treat as unimportant or to make light of. A good host and hostess never slight their guests. And as a noun, it means an act of neglect or discourtesy. I apologized for the unintentional slight. Finally, number 12, tidy. As an adjective, it means neat and in good order, or comfortable or large in amount. I was surprised to receive a tidy reward. As a verb, it means to put things in neat or proper order. Be sure to tidy the room before you go.